welcome back to the Arsenal Fan Reviews channel, and welcome to today's video, my preview and predicted lineup for Arsenal versus Tottenham, the North London derby. But of course this isn't any old game, so I'm not just by myself today. I'm joined with a Spurs fan, George. So welcome to the channel.
Thank you, Thomas.
And let's get into the first question, and that is, what do you think the general action will be of the match? Of course, Arsenal down in 14th, Spurs top of the league, something I never thought I'd see in my life. But of course, form, Dan, does go out the window for these games. So what do you think?
Thomas, I agree with you totally. Form goes out the window, and as you're saying, Tottenham are here first, and Arsenal are here somewhere.
Not doing great.
Not doing great.
14th.
But form goes out the window. It's a big game for both sides. They both come out there. They'll give it everything. I'm sure Michel will get the Arsenal team revved up and ready to go. And Aubameyang, I'm sure he's going to find some form at some point in the near future.
Well, of course, yeah.
When his next contract is due from the Real, probably.
Well, like you said, it's at the Spurs stadium, so 2,000 fans allowed back in. How do you think it will affect the game? Because, of course, when we played in the Europa League on Thursday evening, we had 2,000 fans at the Emirates, and I think it really helped the players because we won 4-1 in that game, and they were very, very loud. So what do you think?
I think the fans were excellent at that game, and Arsenal played superbly to get that 4-1 scoreline. I think, obviously I'm very jealous of the fans that are going to be at the Tottenham Stadium. I'm sure they're going to make a lot of noise. The stadium's designed to amplify noise there, and I think they can play a positive part in the game.
And of course, you mentioned that 4-1 win. You're not doing too well in the Europa League, of course. Last time you played a 3-3 draw with Lask, even though you were playing one of your best players this season, Son, who's been on fire for you. It's
going to be a very different game, very different team on Sunday, Thomas. We played a bit of a B string. They didn't quite gel. You're right. We managed to draw. We've qualified. If we want to win our league for the Europa, that means we need to win next week as well.
Don't you?
We have Antwerp.
And you lost last time, so.
We did. It was another poor performance by us. Yeah.
Will be tough.
I think looking at those performances, there is a glimmer of hope for Arsenal, although it will be a very different team on Sunday.
Yeah. So moving on to the kind of lineup aspect of the video, let's talk about a couple of injuries. So Harry Kane could be missing this match reportedly. Of course, he missed Wednesday's training, then he went on to miss the Europa League clash, and Mourinho has since said this: I am not going to tell you the nature of his injury. I think there's a good chance. I don't want to lie. I don't want to hide anything in relation to, he is going to play or not. I think he's going to play. That's my feeling. And later went on to say, I'm not sure. He's having treatment, but I could be doing some bluff and pretend he's in trouble, but he's not, and I think that he'll play. So what are your thoughts on that?
I think he's lying and bluffing. Kane will play.
I mean, of course, if you did miss him, that would be a huge bonus to Arsenal. Although, I mean, what would you think if he wasn't playing would happen? I mean,
well, if he wasn't playing, it makes it a more difficult game for us, but Sonny can step in. And, it would be a big miss. It would be, I can't deny it.
Just like Sonny,
Kane's playing well.
With them two, they've been...
when those two gel, assisting and scoring. So it would be a big miss, but I think he'll play.
And Thomas Partey, who signed him on deadline day, of course, 45 million midfielder. He's got an injury recently. He missed the last 2 games in the Premier League for Arsenal, and we've really seen that drop in form because of that, of course, drawing 0-0 with Leeds. In the game he originally got the injury, we lost 3-0 to Villa, and last Sunday lost 2-1 to Wolves, missing him. But we do have some good news on that. Although Arsenal official sources haven't confirmed anything, we do have some other reports saying that he could be back, not starting for Arsenal, but could be on the bench for Sunday, which would be huge for us because he's our best midfielder and at the moment looks like one of our, if not our best player. So how do you think he'll affect the game?
Well, I'm sure it'll be a big miss for Arsenal if he doesn't play. If he's on the bench, looking at him may inspire the players that are on the pitch to elevate their game to his level of performance.
If we move on to the next bit of the lineup section, let's take a look at our former lineups from last week's game and see how we changed them. So for the 0-0 draw between Chelsea and Spurs, Spurs played a 4-2-3-1 formation, going with Lloris in goal, Reguilon, Dyer, Rodon, Aurier, Sissoko, Højbjerg, Bergwijn, Ndombele, Son and Kane. Anything you change from that team?
I think that was a strong team, and they performed well against Chelsea, and if at all possible, I'd like to see that team on Sunday.
I mean, I think you went for pretty much exactly the same against Man City when you won that game 2-0 as well, and you played fantastic. So
yeah, I think that's pretty much our strongest team. I really do.
Well, if we look at the Arsenal team, we went with Leno in goal, Bellerin, Luiz, Gabriel, Tierney, then Ceballos and Xhaka, then Willian, Willock and Saka, and Aubameyang in a 4-2-3-1 formation, just like Spurs in our 2-1 loss against Wolves. Anything I'd change? I'd probably take Bellerin out of the right-back position and put in Maitland-Niles, because he played there against Rapid Vienna and performed extremely well, just missing out on his finishing boots that day, because honestly, I believe he could have scored 3 or 4 goals, and probably would change around that midfield a bit, of course. Maybe keeping in Willian, because last time he played against Tottenham, he did score 2 goals, and of course, if we can manage to get Partey or El Neni back into the squad, I would be very happy with that. But let's move on to the final bit of the
I'd just
video.
like to say, I think Arsenal should stay exactly the same. That formation, that team, I'd be happy with that. Saka and Xhaka, what a cracker.
Well, I mean, we could be seeing Lacazette back in the team, couldn't we? Because he scored that cracker against Rapid Vienna. Lovely goal. But let's move on to our final bit of the video, our score predictions. What are you going?
I would probably... Good question. Good question then. These games are notoriously difficult to call, Thomas. It could be a high-scoring game. It could be a very low-scoring. It could be 1-0. It could go either way. But I think on Sunday, tomorrow, I think we're going to see a narrow 2-1 victory for Spurs.
Well, I don't think Arsenal will get the win, but I don't think we'll lose either. I think we'll put a lot of passion into the game, and I'm going 2-2. Yes, we've been struggling to score goals recently, but if you look at the games we have really tried in, such as the Manchester United away game, we came out on top and we played really well. So yeah, I'm going 2-2, you're going 2-1 Spurs. But that about wraps it up. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, share and comment, and I'll see you tomorrow after the game, hopefully waving around an Arsenal scarf, very, very happy, and seeing this guy cry. Bye.
Bye.